Okay, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to class. Hope you had a good long weekend. I've got a few things that we need to get into. Um, First, let me try to get rid of this. There we go. Okay, so today you're going to be working on your video blogs. Some of you might have a little bit of an issue with appearing on camera. That's not a problem. I still need to get the audio version though, okay? So just put a thing up to the screen or whatever you have to do. Um, but I still need to hear your voice coming through, need to hear that conviction. That part is required. Okay, so we are looking at the culminating. Please make sure you read all of it carefully. You're not just doing a simple reading of your opinion paragraph. This is something where we need to get a little bit more in depth and a little bit more of you into this. Let's just see here. Oh, that's the other part. Make sure that you remember this is a Canadian class, okay? Canadian civics. A lot of you have been putting in stuff that is a lot of American statistics, a lot of American information. This is Canadian class. So please do a little bit more research. Find the Canadian sources, the statistics, the policies, whatever it is in that aspect. After that, you're going to be working on Module 5, Understanding the Parties. That one is pretty easy and self-explanatory. We'll do a quick run through, but it is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not too stressed on it. This is the part that you should be stressed on. It's midterms already. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I will be working on your midterm grades tonight. Make sure that everything is in. That is up to Module 5, Part 1 to 4, the graphic organizer. I will be marking up to Module 4, that's where I am going to be finishing off. That's about the halfway point, so that's pretty easy there. I will be putting in a video here to explain it a little bit more in depth. Okay, a couple of things that I wanted to get into that I've been noticing over the first couple of days of the class. A, please ask for help when you need it. If you go right through here to the home page, right here, Civics Help, just click on it and it will take you right to my help desk, okay? I will be in for today from 10 until 2. After that point, I will be doing your midterms. If you need help, get in on it fast. The other thing is the weekly check-in meeting. I am only seeing a few of you have logged into that so far for this week coming up. I'm not going to get into it right now, but yeah, so there is still a lot of areas there that needs to be taken care of. Please check over your feedback in the assignments. When you are finished, go into the assignments and you can click in there. I will give you some feedback and you can go into your assignment itself. I've written things in there, just, a couple of notes and comments and stuff. Please make sure that you're going through that and looking at it. It's going to help you out in the long run. Grades, some of you might be noticing that you've been getting level 4s all the way through, but the grade isn't 100%. I'm only able to give straight 3s, straight 4s, straight 2s, and 1s. So sometimes you are higher than a 3, but you're really about a 3.5. I can't really make that distinction in the levels. So the grade itself, might be at a 90 or an 85 or whatever that way. Bumping up grades. Some of you are going to be asking me about that. Yes, you can bump up grades if you have failed or if it's going to be a major change in what you have to do. It's going to make a big difference in your course itself. The reality is that each one of these things are very, very small and minute. The big thing comes at the end with your main assignment, so don't stress on it too much. Just take the information that I've given you, apply it to the next lesson. Okay, next, check your emails. Okay, don't forget, right up here, just in case something has happened. Couple of main things that I also wanted to get into. Capitals. If you're going to say I, make sure that it is the capital I, okay? Small i's, not quite right. Proper names should all be capitalized. Vancouver Aquarium, for example. A lot of people didn't capitalize that. The CBC is another example. It's a proper name. It's got to be capitalized. When you are doing your citations, I've tried to put it in there. Don't forget to put in the date of retrieval. And that is just basically because you might have gone to a website, put down the information, and then the authors have gone through and changed something since then. This lets me know that you retrieved it on August the 3rd, and they've gone through and revamped the story as of August the 4th. Well, I'm looking it up on August 5th. I'm taking a look and saying, well, none of what you've said is in this article. I can take a look and say, oh, this is from the earlier version, go into the earlier version, and that way we can see what it is that you've got. And please double space your work. It's tough for me to get in some of my comments, and it's easier if your work is double spaced for me to just jot in a couple of things here or there, just saying, rework this line, or this is a good point, or this point should be over here, whatever the case may be. Please double space. Okay. Other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was nobody got the irony of lesson 2, the modules. A lot of you saw the thing about the pig saving the goat and thought that it was a real story. It was not a real story. It was something that was done for Comedy Central. Okay. If you had looked at the site where we are getting the information, you would have seen that it said right down there at the bottom, Comedy Central. It was a show called Nathan For You, and it was a satire show. It was reported on NBC and ABC. That video did go viral. People did believe it for a short period of time. That Nathan For You video actually didn't come out until about 3 or 4 years later. So he did not really threaten people. He did not really try to push that guy off the bridge. Okay? You fell for it. You didn't take a look at your the citations and the sources where it was coming from. It was kind of a trick. The food theory one, that one was also there. That one is legit. It kind of shows that something as prestigious as the New York Times could be roped into false information. A lot of you are saying the CBC is a good site or a good place. I had one person saying that most of their stories are trustworthy. That's correct. Even with something like the subway, is it really tuna? Is it not tuna? The way that the reporter had done her work made the New York Times fall for it. So let me just see here. Did I get everything else that I wanted to talk about? Yeah, that's pretty much, we're good on that. So let's take a quick look at today's stuff. We're going to go into Module 4 of the culminating. So you are going to make a rant just like Rick Mercer did here. I don't need you going downtown St. Catharines or Welland or Fort Erie or wherever it is you are trying to find a building that looks like this, sitting in front of your computer, talking. You can do it in your garage. I've seen people get very creative on this, and creativity could get you some extra marks. If you are passionate and it comes through, it's going to help you out in the long run. So have fun with it. Do what you can. As I said, if you do not feel comfortable with putting yourself on video, that's fine. Do the audio version only, but I still need to hear you. Okay? Listen to it. Watch it back after you finished it. Make sure that it is something that you can send in. And it's not, you're talking like this, and I can't really hear anything, even though I've got the volume cranked way up to 100. Make sure it's something that I can hear. Put some notes off to the side, just like I was doing here. Okay? I was reading off. I was able to take a look and make sure that I was staying on point. That's fine. Realistically, if you're doing it for a rant, though, you should be putting it right up beside you so it looks like you're talking right to the camera. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. 1 to 3 minutes, no more than 3 to, if you really get into it and it's about a 4-minute video, that's fine. If you're going into 15 minutes, you're taking too much time. Cut it down. If it's less than a minute, you're not doing enough. Get into it. Okay. Audience is anyone. It doesn't have to be to me. It could be, you're talking to a group of peers. You can be talking to your teachers. You can be talking to the government. Whatever the audience is, that's fine. Just please let me know when you're submitting it. Just kind of put it down in the corner. The audience was, peers. The audience was teachers. The audience was Parliament. so that I know who the audience was that you were going for. I know that this could also be a problem with uploading it um, to the D2L site. Sometimes these videos get a little bit larger. If that's going to be a problem, send me the link. Okay, you can just find the link for it and do it that way. Okay. We're out of there. We're going to take a look at Module 5. Parties and understanding the parties. This one is kind of fun. It's a little bit different. As I said, it's very straightforward, very easy to understand. Make the copy. Okay. So, there we go. What makes a good leader? That's a good question. We're still looking for a good leader in many different respects, and it's going to ask you to write down 5 characteristics of someone that you believe is a good and effective leader. Okay, 5 things that they need to do. You're going to take the quiz. What kind of a leader are you? And you're going to say whether you agree with it or disagree. And what I love here is that there's actually an example down at the bottom of what it is that I'd be looking for. Okay, you agree with it, you disagree with it, and why. Then I want you to take one person, celebrity, athlete, activist, whoever, somebody that you think is a good leader. 4 or 5 reasons why you believe that about them. Okay. Part 2. Your own political views. And what's neat about this is you can be taking a look at these charts and find out, you've been liberal all your life because that's what your parents are. You've been conservative all your life because you like what the conservative leader is doing, or you're NDP and you're sure of it because you believe in the NDP ideal. But do you really? Take a look at this, and at the end you'll find out where you really belong on this political spectrum. So on both sides, you've got dictatorships, you got democracy in the middle, left wing, right wing, the extremes on either side. Extreme left wing, there you are looking at, well, not quite to the dictatorship side, but you're looking at more of the Green parties. Over on this side, you're looking at more the extreme sides. You're looking at more of the Trump mentality in the States. The Reform Party, if you've heard of them, it is, radical on one side, reactionary on the other. Fascism, that was the good old Hitler days. Communism, the good old Russia days. You have yet to get into that for your history class. Hopefully, you'll get into that. I know that I always had fun teaching that when I was doing it. Okay. So you're going to be going through and you're going to be tallying up your results. These are all in the graphic organizer, so don't stress, trying to read the small little fine print here. You can see it in the graphic organizer. And then it tells you where you are. Where do you really belong? Sometimes you might be a little bit surprised as to where you think you fall and where you actually do. And that will change throughout your life as well. Right now you're in high school, so you're probably going to be a little bit more in the liberal camp or the NDP camp. When you get a little bit older, you tend to move into conservative ideas. It happens. After that, we got the parties themselves, and you can read the information and, just kind of go from there. That one's pretty simple and straightforward. Part 5, email etiquette. This is a big one. What happened there? I have no idea. Let's back it up. I have talked with a few of you about this in the past, just with emails that you've sent. It's, you're not sending a text to a friend, you're sending a proper email. And you're going to be going through and fixing an email that's got some problems. There we go. So, you're not putting in the LOLs, you're not putting in the BRBs or any of that stuff. You don't put just you. You put YOU. You don't, say things that you don't mean. Make sure grammar and spelling are correct. Use spell check. It is very important. Proofread your stuff before you send it. It's amazing how many times I've been ready to send something and I went, I probably shouldn't say that, or ooh, that doesn't read well. Proofread it, go through, make sure, and even if you're sending an email to a teacher or a principal or a boss or something like that, walk away for a minute after you finish typing it, come back, look at it. You might change your mind as to how you're going to say something. Okay. Okay, we're going to basically go through. You're just going to go through, highlight the problematic passages. You're going to correct them on the organizer, and that's pretty much it for the day. Okay, so as I said, today is going to be midterm time. You will be getting information about that tomorrow. Make sure that you are working on your video blog. That is going to be the biggest part of the day. Hopefully you were working on it over the weekend. Make sure you sign up for the check-ins. As I said, I've got a lot of empty spaces there, and it does help. I've been able to talk with a few of you and make sure that you're on the right track. And it could be 2 seconds. Everything good? Yep, everything's good on my end. Great. It could be something where, okay, we had a problem with this assignment. Let's talk through it. Whatever the case may be. Okay. So that's it for the day, folks. Have a good one. I will be online, as I said, throughout the day. I will be at my computer most of the day getting your marks finished and getting the midterms done. So just pop in. If you need any help, just click on the Civics Help. That will take you right to me. Okay. Might be on with somebody, so it might take a minute for me to log in and let you get into the chat. But as soon as I'm available, I'll let you in. Okay. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.